Hey Rebel, Coach Daisy here. Let's get started with today's workout for our mobility challenge. Now for today's workout, we are going to start with a hover squat. And for our hover squat, what we are going to do is squat down just like we did for our benchmark challenge, only instead of squatting down to figure out the depth that we are going to be hitting, we're going to be holding that depth and accumulating time there to build up that strength and stability in that position. What we're going to do is stand with your feet around hip width apart, shoot your hips back, and come down into a squat, into that depth that you hit for that benchmark challenge, or slightly lower if you've increased your mobility since then. And we are just going to actively hold this position. So what we don't want to do is come back and sit on the object. We just want to have it beneath us, just in case we kind of fall over. So we're just going to hold this position and then come out of it. Now, if you don't want to use an object below you, or if your position is below parallel, we're going to do the same thing, only just without the object beneath us. So you can stand here, feet around hip width apart, shoot our hips back, come down into a squat, and hold this position. Now, just like with the object, we don't want to be sitting here, so even if you have the mobility to come down and just sit, we want to be actively holding this position and not sinking into it and sitting. So we will just hold this here. And then come out of it. Awesome. So for our next movement, we are going to do a seated hamstring stretch. So for this, I'm going to sit down on my chair or my ottoman. I'm going to put my feet out in front of me and bend one leg. And then from here, all I'm going to do is keeping my back flat. I'm just going to lean over this one leg and hold this here. Then come out of that, and then we are going to do the exact same thing, only swapping legs. So opposite leg out in front of you, keeping the back flat, and leaning over that leg. Come out of that. Next up, we are going to do a bench lat stretch. And for this, we're going to need a chair or an object, just like our ottoman here. I'm going to put my arms out in front of me with my palms facing each other. And then I'm just going to rock back until I feel a stretch in my lats here on my side and then into my shoulders. If you don't feel a stretch here at all, move a little further away from the object and then just pull your hips back to your heels and just hold this. and then come out of there. Now, For this version of the seated hamstring stretch, we are going to do this from the floor. So for this, all I'm going to do is come down and sit, have one foot out in front of me, take the other one, and I'm going to set my foot on the inside of my leg here, just kind of the best you can. If you can't get it all the way up here, that's totally fine. We're just going to hold this here, and then again, I'm just going to lean forward just like I did seated onto my front leg here. Come out of that. Then I'm just going to swap my legs here. So opposite leg out, take this foot, put it up against my leg here, and then I'm just going to lean over this leg. And then come out of that. Now I'm going to go back to that bench lat stretch. So once again, palms facing each other. I'm going to come up onto my object here, with my arms here, and then just lean back. Just find that position where I get a good stretch. And then come out of there. And then again, I'm just going to lean forward just like I did seated onto my front leg here. Come out of that. Then I'm just going to swap my legs here. So opposite leg out, take this foot, put it up against my leg here, and then I'm just going to lean over this leg. And then come out of that. Put my arms here, and then just lean back. Just find that position where I get a good stretch. And then come out of that. And that is it for our workout today. Great job, and I will see you next time.